What are some tips that you can give to anyone out there that's looking to sell and buy or transition and move? What are some things or tips that you can give them as far as, you know, doing the homework for areas and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, if you're starting with the purchasing end, the buying end, talk to a lender. I get this all the time telling you that it's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You need that wrapper. You need that pre-approval. I need to know what your
You
budget
need the
is.
golden ticket.
And I can't. Yeah, exactly. I'm not.
Yeah.
Look, I'm pretty good with numbers just because I've bought properties. I'm in the process of selling one, so I've seen the numbers on both ends. But I'm not a lender, and it's a lot on the buy side or the purchasing side is really having the right people in your pocket. You know, making sure these people. You know, I mean, as somebody that's making this purchase, you want to be able to trust your I mean, your lender, that's the money, right? You know, and that's a huge thing when it comes to real estate is being able to work with a lender you trust and someone that's going to tell you like, hey, you might be approved for this much, but you know, a $400,000 mortgage is, you know, over $3,000 a month now, or 3,400, whatever it might be. And some people just think, oh, that's what I'm approved for, put in the offer, boom, 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 and then it's like they get that mortgage commitment. They're like, what? Mortgage
Wait a
is this
minute.
much?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Just
it's like,
because you are approved for that much doesn't mean
yeah,
you can afford that much.
yeah,
That's,
absolutely.
yeah. So that's where you come in and explain, listen, you know, we have to make sure that this is going to be affordable for you. And I
Yeah,
like that because a lot of realtors that I dealt with when I was buying my first home, they said, all right, what can you afford a month? And I would tell them, this is what we're looking for.
hmm,
So they knew up front what price range of what home I could look for. And that was a big plus having that realtor,
yeah,
because the first time home buying, you're walking into an unknown territory.
yeah,
So you really need, you know, that rock
yeah,
doing that work.
yeah. And on the sales side, it's the same. Like when we were talking about the appraisal, like you want to have somebody that's going to give you the best, you know, calculated market analysis of your property. Even though
Mm,
time after time we tell our clients, even being listing agents, we are not appraisers. You know, an appraiser is certified. They have an entire access of tools and computer programming and stuff they can use to give you the most accurate estimate value of your home. But a good realtor should be able to be pretty spot on, you know, and that really comes from what we call it's a CMA, a comparative
experience.
market analysis, and just running, looking at price per square footage, looking at
Mm.
amenities, things that are similar, recently sold, recently listed. There's just so many things, and on the sales side, that's also very important because
Mhm.
you don't want to overprice your house. You know, put it on the market, have an open house, nobody shows up, nobody cares, nobody's looking because oh, this guy, you know, he's $30,000 above market price. Nobody's going there, right? And then once you do the reductions, you start getting them to slowly walk in, or you don't want to go too low where you're jeopardizing the appraisal value. And the way this market's trending with low inventory, there's going to be a lot of multiple offer situations regardless, but you kind of always want to hit that sweet spot where you're right where the appraisal value is, at least within like 5 grand.
Very good, Mark. Thank you so much. But we're going to get a little personal here because I have to say, your mom nailed it when she said you are just driven. And I like that because that's what we need when we're in the market. We need
Sure.
someone who's driven, who has our back and will make sure that things get done accordingly. So Darlene, that was a great, I like that. He is very driven. And
He's
thank you so
driven
much
with integrity.
He is,
that's
no
that's
doubt.
a good combination. So he has the integrity to back it. So the sky's the limit for him. So as a mom, I'm always proud.
No,
Oh,
thank you.
I love
Appreciate
that.
that.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. So I want to get a little personal here because being a realtor, you're really your own boss. You really are kind of, contracted through, your agency. And people don't realize not only how much work, hours, effort, holidays, weekends, mornings, nights, it really is consuming, and how much money you put out of your own for open houses,
Mhm.
and the time that you give, you really don't sometimes get any of that back financially.
For a long time.
So yeah, for a long time. And that's if all the work you put into it, falls to the table and is closed and the deal is closed.
Yeah.
So, I just want to say that, a lot of people don't realize the blood, sweat, tears, time, being a father, and a husband, it's a lot, and people don't realize that. So, for anybody who's out there, that's dealing with a realtor, understand that they do really work hard, and they do really, work 24/7, kind of like
Yeah.
life coaches, right, Darlene?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, very similar.
We're saving people on a different, but
Yes.
saving people just the same.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, it's
And
very
that's beautiful.
similar because you guys are in a relationship business as well, and when you're
Right.
in any type of relationship business, it's hard if somebody, especially with what you guys do, if somebody's going through a crisis and it's on Christmas Day, what are you
It's
going
the
to turn
truth.
off your phone? I mean, I was writing
So true.
contracts on Christmas Eve. I mean, my clients wanted to be in before, February. So like it's one of those things. I think time blocking becomes your friend, and you just allow yourself time when you can, and you just gotta, that's the freedom for working for yourself or being in that entrepreneur type, setting is, as much as everybody wants that freedom, you really have to be the most disciplined and work the most to earn it, because if you don't do, I always tell people, like in real estate, it's like, if you're not showing houses every night, then you better be door knocking, or you better be picking up the phone and call. Like, if I'm not busy with clients and my kids are in school and I don't have any of my, fatherly duties or husband do, I'm on the phone 24/7, and
I believe
on
you.
Facebook, and making sure if I'm not dealing physically with a client, then I'm not going to stop until I have one, and so it's just that balance that you just try to, you know, give yourself and your family. The best thing though, like for me now, is like when I do my schedule every week, I look at what my kids have, what my wife has. My wife has an appointment. It's like, all right, I'll show houses around it, or so I can at least accommodate and be able to, I mean, if I got to work
To be the
more,
family man,
to be
right?
flexible, but to know I'm not like when I was a chef, if it was summertime, not happening. Missing, you know, lately of recent, I was able to be around my kids for all their stuff, but like missing nephew parties and niece parties, and your
Right.
sister's this and your dad's this and your mom's this, and weddings. I miss some of my best friends' weddings. I mean, it's
Oh,
where we don't. Thankfully, I can time block for that now.
yeah, because those
Mm.
are times you can't get back. So that was rough, I'm sure. So you made a better commitment to yourself, to your family.
Yeah,
And I love how you said you're in the service of people. And I like that. I really like that.
And I
So
would like
anyways,
to add, with life coaching and real estate, we can't even begin to help anyone unless they trust us first. So that's, I
yeah,
think, a common core right there, that once we gain trust, then we can move on and help them. So we have that
mm,
in common as well.
Yeah, no,
Love that.
absolutely.
Love that. All right, I won't take up any more of your time. I appreciate and thank you both for indulging in tonight and taking the time out to do this. And Mark, please, is there anything that you want to give as far as your information? Do you have a website, anywhere anybody can go? I'll also put it up on a link under the podcast. But
Yeah.
is there a website that you can shout out?
Yeah, website is marcmeneghetti.exithomepros.com. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok on Meneghetti Real Estate and Facebook at Marc J. Meneghetti Realtor. Anybody that's
Beautiful.
looking to make a move, give me a call, 609-501-3247.
Awesome. And you guys heard it here from Mom, integrity and driven. So
Absolutely.
give Mark a shout. Thank you again. Love you both. Have a
Thank you.
beautiful evening. Until next time. Mwah.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
See
Appreciate
you
you having
guys.
me. Bye.
Thank you.